All right. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the 1949-50 season. We're resimulating all of NBA history, and I'm going to jump straight into the teams at this current point. A lot has changed. To let you guys know, a lot has changed. We have some new expansion teams. Guys did not protect their players very well. It's not my job to do. I want to have no part in the specifics of who goes where, so I'm not touching any teams unless they are not actually in the simulation. For example, in the top right corner, you can see Providence Steamrollers. They have already folded at this point, so I am controlling them. You'll see them when we go through the teams. They're going to have a bunch of 40 overalls. Without further ado, let's get into it. The Tri-Cities Blackhawks, a new team here. They're going to pick up Bob Davies. They got Harry Gallatin, Ed Mikan, all of those guys. St. Louis Bombers still got John Logan. They got Kenny Saylor, still got Stan Mieisek. Then Baltimore Bullets, they now have Buddy Jeanette. And that's really about it for them. The Capitals, they still have a great little core now. Carl Brown is now an 88 overall. He's the highest on the team. So that was a great draft pick from them. And they're going to continue to probably dominate the league. We'll see if they can four-peat because they three-peated last episode. The Boston Celtics, Clifton McNeely, Connie Simmons, and Andy Phillip. Same little core. The Waterloo Hawks have picked up Red Rocha from the Knicks, Bones McKinney, some other guys there. The Knicks now have Dick McGuire, John Mencken, Mel Reeb. The Minneapolis Lakers, they got Al Servey, Chick Halbert, Ossie Schechtman. The Nationals are the team with Mikan. It's funny because they had Shays in real life, but George Mikan will be on the Syracuse Nationals along with Slater Martin and Bruce Hale. Then on the Denver Nuggets, this is not the Denver Nuggets franchise that we know today. This is a one-and-done Denver Nuggets team. Alex Groza and Leftos Patsatsoglu will be on the team. There's no way that's a real person, especially because they have a C3 pointer. But hey, at this point, if you made it in the league, you made it in. Indianapolis Olympians, they're a new team as well. They have Dolph Schayes and Red Holzman. So we'll see if they're able to make any noise. The Anderson Packers have joined us for a year. We got Jim Pollard on their squad. Then for the Fort Wayne Pistons, Don Otten, the main guy over here, but he is injured. Damn, the rest of this team kind of sucks. But the Fort Wayne Pistons, they got to build. Sheboygan Redskins is another team. They got Jack Nichols and Frankie Baumholtz. How did I say that? Baumholtz? Okay. The Rochester Royals did have Mikan, but now they have Arnie Reisen and George Kafton. The Chicago Stags still have Max Zaslavsky, Frankie Bryan joining him now. The Providence Steamrollers is a fake team. I did screw up. I meant to have them out of the league, but instead will just be a free win to the other teams. And then lastly, the Philadelphia Warriors. Still got Joe Fulks. Still got Howie Dolmar. We'll see if they're able to do anything. I think they got Ralph Beard in this past draft. But now this is what the top of the league looks like. You got George Mikan at the top. Joe Fulks, number 2 still. Dolph Schayes, Bob Davies, and Carl Brown rounding out the top 5. Jim Pollard right there as well. Fred Scolari. But the reality is the Capitals have 3 of the top 10. And I think their team's really deep. So I don't know who is stopping them. But we will find out and see if there's any teams that have a chance. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also after this year, these 6 teams will all be leaving us, and there will be 11 teams left in the league. The Providence Steamrollers are going to be the team that I just man, because you need to have 12 teams in the league. But yeah, take note of all these teams. The main teams for me, the Stags and the Bombers, they've been with us since the beginning. I believe the Bombers were from the beginning as well, so they're going to be leaving us, unfortunately, and this is their last chance to really get a ring or make any noise. But without further ado, let's get to the playoffs. All right, so the MVP of the 1949-50 NBA season is George Mikan for the Nationals, averaging almost 28 and 20, 19.4 rebounds, 3 blocks. I mean, he's the best player in the league. Rookie of the Year, Arnie Reisen just joined on the Rochester Royals. They just dumped the MVP for Arnie Reisen, so very interesting choice from them there. He averaged 13 and 12. Paul Hoffman, 6th Man of the Year for Boston. And Defensive Player of the Year is also George Mikan, really making a resume for himself. Jim Pollard, Most Improved Player. And then Jack Nichols for the Sheboygan Redskins is going to be the Clutch Player of the Year. The Washington Capitals, Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year, they got 69 wins, the most they've had yet. So now the first team, George Mikan, Jim Pollard, Dolph Shays, Bob Davies, and Jack Nichols. Jim Pollard is out for the season, so that's tough to see. Then we go to the All-NBA second team, Max Zaslavsky, Red Rocha, Bella Smalley, Carl Brown, and Bob Kurland. And then the third team, Joe Folks, Arnie Reisen, Ernie Calvary, Chip Solbeck, and Al Servey. So now we go to the all-defensive first and second teams. Wow. One of the guys from the Providence Steamrollers made the all-defensive first team. Okay. And the second team. All right. I guess we got some defenders in the fake team, but it's all good. Oh, wow. So now, since there is so many teams, we are going to have a 16-team playoff. These first two rounds, I believe, will be best of 3 now, so this should get very interesting very fast. Let's check out the standings, see how everybody did, who didn't make the playoffs. It was the Rochester Royals, so one of the teams that's actually going to stay around is not going to make the playoffs, but they'll have first say in the draft, so that's fine, but they had George Mikan, so I don't know what they were thinking. In terms of teams that did well, the Capitals, of course, led the league in wins, 69-13. The Philadelphia Warriors won 66 games. The Chicago Stags, they decided, hey, this could be our last year in existence. Oh, well, it is. It is our last year in existence. We got to try and go out with a bang, make something happen. They won 63 games. The Olympians, a new team, won 61 games. And then the Bombers dropped to 55. And then the rest of these teams come in. The Fort Wayne Pistons at 19 wins are actually going to have a chance to play against the Capitals. So I didn't really think that through. But since we're here, all these teams are going to get a shot. We have 6 teams leaving us. They're all going to get a shot. But before we do that, let's check out the stats real quick from this season. The league leaders, George Mikan led the way with 28 points a game. He also led in rebounds by a wide margin to 19.4 rebounds a game. Assist-wise, Bob Davies averaged 8.7 assists with, I'm pretty sure he didn't really have many guys to pass to, so that's pretty impressive. He also leads in steals per game, 2.4. And the blocks per game is Ed Mikan, not George Mikan. Ed Mikan going to be averaging 3.4 blocks a game. Wow. So that is pretty impressive stuff. Field goal percentage is Kenny Sailors at .586. We actually have our first three-point shooter, Jermaine Keefe. 32% from the field. He's shooting 7 of them a game. So hopefully we can try to keep these guys to a minimum, but I'm not going to go in and edit every single player that can semi-shoot or has any semi-tendencies. If they want to put them up, they can put them up just as long as it's not like a Steph Curry level. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into our first elimination game. I'll see you guys then. Okay, so the Blackhawks have a 1-0 lead on the Nationals. We'll see who is able to escape here. Can the Nationals force a game 3? Looking like they may, unless the Blackhawks have some late magic. No, the Nationals are going to. Ooh. Okay, let's not sim to the end anymore like that, but it's okay. Nationals are going to hold on 87-85. Tying the series at 1. Next series, the Boston Celtics and the Anderson Packers. Who is going to win game 2? I think the Celtics were up 1-0, if I looked at that correctly. They are looking to get the Anderson Packers out of here in their 1 year. Well, no, they didn't. Yes, they did. Okay. I didn't get the elimination message because I'm on the Steamrollers. I forgot. So Boston is going to move on to the next round, beating the Packers. The Lakers have a 1-0 lead on the Bombers. The Bombers are the higher seed, and the Bombers are going to be out of this league after this year. So let's see if they're going to have any fight left in them, and they are. They're going to force a game 3. So that's good for them. Sheboygan versus New York. Can the Knicks win against the Redskins? The Redskins are up 1-0 in the series, if I looked correctly. And the Knicks are going to hold on and tie the series. A lot of close series, but now we get to the Stags and Nuggets, 2 teams that will be folding after this first year, but the Nuggets probably shouldn't even be in here record-wise. But they're fighting. They're trying to stay alive, force a game 3. But they're not going to. The Stags are going to eliminate the Nuggets, led by Max Zaslavsky. So they're going to move on. Whoa. The Waterloo Hawks beat the Warriors in game 1. Okay. So let's see if the Waterloo Hawks have a chance. They're going to be winning at halftime. They have a lead on the Warriors. Are they going to take down the Philadelphia Warriors? They absolutely are. My goodness, what a choke from Joe Folks and the guys. How do you lose Fleischman, just a 74 overall, leading the way for the Waterloo Hawks? Who do they even have? Well, it's Red Rocha's team. Okay. So the 15 seed Waterloo Hawks going to upset, let's put this into terms, 66 win team just got upset by a 27-win team. That's incredible. Bones McKinney and Red Rocha got it done against Howie Dalmar, Cleggy Hermsen, Joe Folks, and Ralph Beard. You'll love to see it. The Olympians versus the Bullets. Let's see if the Olympians can put the Bullets out of their misery here in their inaugural season, and they are going to do it, winning by 30. Yeah, not much more to say. Dolph Shays got the job done for them. They're moving on to the next round. Capitals, Pistons. I can't believe the Pistons are in the playoffs with like 19 wins, but the Capitals are doing what the Warriors should have done and beat them by 50. Led behind Bob Fury. Okay, now we get intense. Now we get to the game 3/game 7s. Blackhawks, Nationals. Winner take all. Who will move on to play the Stags? The Blackhawks are folding after this year. The Nationals will be here for a while, but the Nationals came to play. Rest in peace, Blackhawks, and the Nationals will move on. Then we got the Bombers and Lakers. Can the Bombers stay alive, or will this be their last game in existence? The Lakers are looking like they might be taking it, and they absolutely are. The Minneapolis Lakers are going to eliminate the Bombers, led by Al Servey, 28-9-7. The 12-seed Lakers moving to the next round. Now we got the Sheboygan Redskins and the New York Knicks, who will win this game 3/game 7. Down to the fourth quarter. Oh, it's going to be close. This might be a hop-in one here. Maybe not. If Sheboygan's not going to score, it's not hop-in. That'll do it, y'all. The Knicks, Dick McGuire, going to take down the Sheboygan Redskins in their one season. So now take a look at this second round. I would not have been able to tell you this. I cannot believe the Waterloo Hawks actually won a game. See what happens here. I think this is also still best of 3 because it's the second round. So we're going to hop in here. The Lakers took game 1 against the Olympians. The 12-seed Lakers really trying to make some noise. But the Olympians are not having it here. They are going to fight back. But the Lakers are right in this game. We may have to hop in. Is it worth hopping in? We're going to hop in now. 23 seconds, 92-90. Can the Minneapolis Lakers make something happen? All right, so the Lakers are going to have the ball 92-90. If they score, they can send this thing to overtime potentially. Servey has the ball, and they're going to hold for 1. The Olympians need this game to stay alive. Kick, I can't even see who that is. Number 22, 4 seconds. The guys are standing. Gray. Servey for the win. No, I thought he might have gotten it to go. But the Indianapolis Olympians will survive, and they're going to be going to a game 3/game 7. Yeah, Dolph Shays led the way, 28-18. Howie Schultz contributed 20 and 13 as well. Okay, so now the Nationals are up 1-0 on the Stags. The Stags fighting to stay alive in their last year. They want to try and make something happen, and they are going to. They are going to stay alive. Frankie Ryan and Max Zlowski trying to keep this team above water. Next is going to be the Capitals Knicks. We'll see if the Capitals can just keep handling business or if the Knicks will have something to say. The Capitals have just been so unstoppable in this sim. I mean, there's just been no team other than at the beginning that even gave them a challenge. That'll continue. The Capitals move on to the semifinals. And then the Celtics, they just got to beat the Waterloo Hawks one more time. But we'll see if Waterloo has something to say about it, and it doesn't look like they do. I don't know how Philadelphia lost 2 games to this team. That's unbelievable to me. I mean, they made it a little closer at the end, but not nearly close enough. And the Celtics are going to eliminate the Hawks. Honestly, the Waterloo Hawks, man, I appreciate your efforts in your 1 year of existence to try to make a push like that is pretty incredible. But anyway, back to this Lakers Olympians series. We saw what happened in game 2. Let's see if game 3 will be hop-inable again. It looks like it might be. This looks like a good series. But the Olympians take a quick late lead. Can the Lakers jump back? And I don't think so. If it was a 2-point game, I would have hopped in, but I didn't want to hop into a 3-point game, especially not in this era. So the Olympians are going to beat the Lakers by just 1 point in the game 3/game 7. Then the Stags and Nationals game 3/game 7. Who will take it? The Nationals look like they may have done it. That second quarter was huge. And rest in peace to the Chicago Stags. It was a good run, but they're going to be taken down in round 2. So now this is going to be the bracket now. We got the Capitals trying to defend their throne still. They're going to be going up against the new team, the Olympians, and the 2 and 3 seeds have been eliminated. So we got a 6 and 7 seed, the Nationals, Celtics on that side. So these are best of 7s, if I do remember correctly. Should be best of 7. Yes. Okay. So let's see. Okay. 2-1 both sides. 3-1 on the National side, but 2-2 for the Capitals Olympians. So let's see. The Nationals are up 3-1 on the Celtics. Can the Nationals advance to the finals in, I believe this is their first year? They absolutely will. George Mikan, his first year with the Syracuse Nationals, and he is a finals attendee. The Capitals are going to win Game 5 for this Olympians Capitals series. Can the Capitals make it back, or will the Olympians force a Game 7? It's looking like the Capitals may have done enough to make it back, and they absolutely have. This team is a powerhouse. Carl Brown, Ed Sadowski beating Dolph Schayes. It's a shame that they're going to have to leave us soon, but it's not this year. So for now, we got a Capitals Nationals final for this 1950 season. Yeah, so this is actually the Capitals' second to last year. I didn't realize. But Game 1, Capitals. Game 2, Capitals. Game 3, Nationals. They have life. Game 4, Capitals. Man, the Capitals are just too good. They are just too good. Can George Mikan force a Game 6? Please do. Like, I'm actually rooting against the Capitals at this point. I just want to see some new people, some new champions potentially. I'm going to hop in this 89-89, Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Capitals have a chance to win their 4th straight. They are literally the Boston Celtics of the 60s, but in a way earlier time period. So this is pretty crazy. I don't know how they've been able to just win every year, but they have another chance to do so here. But we'll see. Ernie Cavalry for the Syracuse Nationals. Shout out to the Nationals. They did put together a pretty solid squad. Mikan's on the bench. I wonder if he fouled out. Ernie Cavalry gets to his spot inside. He's going to miss. Todorovic the rebound. Todorovic to Palmer. Stolarz. They'd been here time and time again. Gives it to Todorovic. Don't think he was a real player at this time, but it doesn't matter. If you made it through, you made it through. No good. They're going to give it up to Cavalry. 1 minute remains, and they're not subbing in Mikan, so that must mean that Mikan's fouled out, and that's a terrible, terrible sign for them. Turner kicks it over to Cavalry. 50 seconds remain. Remember, there's no shot clock, so they can take as much time as they need, but Cavalry gets a good look. And the Nationals are going to take a 2-point lead. They needed that. Now let me take this moment to see. Is George Mikan fouled out? Yes, he is. So Mikan's fouled out. Bruce Hale's fouled out. Carl Brown's fouled out. Ed Sadowski's fouled out. This is a mess. And I guess Bob Furyk must be injured or something because he's not even on the box score. So that's what this... Yeah, Bob Furyk's in a little suit over there. So that's the state of this. If the Nationals can escape this game, they're right back in the series. Capitals trying to get to their spot. Todorovic on the drive is going to get it to go and tie this game back up. So the Capitals, even without most of their guys, are still able to just make things happen. All right, Slater Martin now. 30 seconds. What will the Nationals do? Set up a nice little play. Turner spinning. Looks to Cavalry. They're trying to get something to go. Cavalry, tough shot. He's fouled. Fouled by J-Rose. And that's a huge call. I honestly didn't think there was much contact. But Cavalry will go to the line. First free throw is good. So they will take the lead by 1. And Cavalry hit this second to give them a little breathing room. He can. 93-91 is the score. Nationals take the lead back. Timeout Capitals. What will they draw up here on this last play? Could potentially win their 4th straight championship. They've won every championship since this league was created, but they're probably going to go for 2. Stolarz dribbling. They're also up 3-1, so if they do lose this game, it's not the end of the world. Stolarz gets it to Todorovic. 2 seconds. 1 second. Todorovic. No good. And the Nationals will survive Game 5, forcing a Game 6. And the Washington Capitals are going to have to go to Syracuse and try to earn it. So a good finish there. Clutch free throws on that. Honestly, controversial call, but Ernie Cavalry was able to knock him down with George Mikan fouled out. So well done from him. And a 93-91 outcome is going to be game 5. Now we go into game 6. Can the Nationals' momentum stay strong? Hold on now. They have a lead. We might be having to hop into game 6 as well, unless they are going to force a game 7 with a crazy fourth quarter, and that's exactly what they do. George Mikan, Ernie Cavalry, trying to spice up history and force the first ever 3-1 comeback in the finals. Bob Furyk has left knee tendonitis. He's out. So if they're able to get, they have one guy down. I know this team's still stacked, but the fact that Bob Furyk is out is huge for the Nationals. And let's get into this game 7, the first game 7 in the finals so far. Let's see who takes it. First quarter is close. Second quarter, also close. Third quarter, also close. Fourth quarter, we're just gonna, should we hop in? Wanted to see if the Nationals were gonna have any fight. I should have hopped in earlier, but it looks like the Capitals are going to win again. Oh, the Capitals won every quarter. Even with Bob Furyk on the bench, it just didn't matter. At the end of the day, it just did not matter. Game 7, Mikan must have fouled out again. He's on the bench, or they gave up, one or the other. But it is looking like the Capitals are going to win their 4th straight championship. Shout out to the Nationals for making it the closest yet, as Stahl's going to get that layup to go. They're pressing and everything, but I think this thing is over. Arl Brown, Todorovic in the post. Yeah, these Washington Capitals, man, it's a shame they're going to be leaving us after next year, but they are trying to do the trifecta. We're trying to win every single year of their existence, and they've done a great job so far. Why are you fouling him? And that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. The Washington Capitals are your champions of the 1949-50 NBA season. They only have one season left before they fold, and they have gone 4 of 4 in this resimulation. Just incredible stuff from these guys. I got nothing to say. This team's incredible. They didn't even give us a celebration. There was no celebration. Oh, man. All right. Fred Scolari with 26 points. Carl Brown with 20. Ed Sadowski, 17 and 10. Seems just too good. And then I assume, Mikan fouled out. Calvary fouled out. Hale fouled out. Even Josh Turner fouled out. I mean, really rough for the Nationals, game 7. But that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Capitals are 4-time champions, and we'll get into the next year. I'll see you guys then. Or wait, actually, my bad. Carl Braun is our finals MVP. 19, 5, and 7. 66% shooting. Yeah, this team was way too good, but let's see if there's any player retirements. And Hillhouse. I remember him getting a bucket in the finals, so shout out Hillhouse. He's going to be leaving us. But other than that, that looks like everyone important, or real at least. I think the rest of these guys are just 40 overalls. But yeah, without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.